What is going on, guys? It is your boy in a brand new video here today, and I'm here to talk to you about the term Sunday depression. So just started the video. It's kind of a bit more of an informal video where I just chat to you guys. I want this kind of, I like to make these kind of videos kind of something more regular, kind of like a regular part of my low pattern. So now I think you'll have 2 regular videos a week, with me aiming for at least a freestyle Friday and to upload a Sunday video, because I feel like Sunday's quite a good time to upload, for one of the reasons I'm about to talk about in a sec. And yeah, so Friday, Sunday, Sunday video, then between Monday to Thursday try and figure out a video in there, kind of 3 times a week, kind of what I'm going for consistency wise. So yeah, anyway, Sunday depression, it's something that comes up quite a lot. I see it quite a lot on the timeline, and a lot of people say they experience it. It's all my friends. A lot of my friends say they experience it, and yeah, it's something that's been there. I don't know if it's kind of been around. I feel I've seen this it's one of those things where it's like we say it a lot, so we think it comes from our generation, but probably any generation probably has experienced this. But basically what Sunday depression is, for those of you who don't know, is basically you'll go out on a Saturday night, or you do something great, like on your Saturday, on your day off, and like it's at the peak of your week. You're like up there, it's the best, all your mates are around you, you're having the greatest time, like everything's just flowing right. And then when that ends and it hits, you realize it's Sunday, and Sunday's one of those days where unless you make it good, Sundays just don't tend to be good. Like, I don't have great experiences this Sunday. Sundays just kind of seem to be like, oh, like, can it just get back into the week now? Because, like, this is boring. Like, who likes Sundays? Like, so, that's how the term Sunday depression come along. I think it's something where, do I believe that every single person that uses the term Sunday depression actually has a form of depression? No, of course not. It's like anything on the internet. If it's something that becomes popular, or something that like a lot of people use, and people are going to coin it, just look at all the people who, you see one funny tweet come out of Twitter, and then about 10 minutes later you will look down. If you get one viral tweet on Twitter, and then you look 10 minutes later, you can type the exact tweet into your search bar, and you can see literally tens of accounts will just copy the exact same tweet. And you know why? Because it gets retweets. People haven't seen the original. But like, so that's what I kind of feel like this kind of term is, what it does and what's happening. And people are calling this, and they just say it for the sake of saying it, even though it's not. But no, obviously I do think there's a lot of true people that experience this, and that's who I want to talk to in this video. So ways around it, because obviously to me, you never beat it. You will never, like, I'm not saying you'll never beat it, but like, you don't beat it every single week. Like, every week's different. Some weeks you're not even going to feel the effects of it, but like today usually I would kind of do something to go against it, which I will talk about things. But I was just feeling really down. I stayed in my room all day. I was tidying up around the house, and then I just had to go pick up my phone from my mates, because obviously I left my phone in a taxi last night and went out, which is one of the other main factors I want to get into. I left my phone in a taxi, but my mate picked it up. I picked up at my mate's house. And that kind of led me to this car park, and I'm just chilling. And I thought, yeah, I'll drop a video just to talk to you guys. But yeah, so let me get into it. So some of the ways you can come around to try and dim down the effects of Sunday depression is just firstly is make sure you've got some friends around you. That's my first bit of advice. Like, friends really do make it easier, in my opinion. Like, without friends, I think it'd be a lot more of a challenge sometimes, because they're the people you're going to turn to. Like, if I was just walking away, a car just came to the car park, I think they was going to come try and interrupt the video. But yeah, so friends are really important, and to me, try and meet up with your mates as much as you can, like on a Sunday, because something, I mean, I was definitely, when I was younger, I didn't do that a lot. I stayed at home, and I would just chill, like, on my own, not really speak to anyone all day, and just try and like watch the TV or watch time away. But that time, man, that's when you get the most sad. Like, don't do that. Like, if you have a car, if you can get a bus or whatever, just like talk to mates, try and get out, do something. Me and my mates, we started doing a pub quiz every Sunday, whenever we can all get together, and that was great. It's great times. Just sit there, have a beer, like, answer questions. It's a good laugh. Like, stuff like that. Go to watch a movie at cinema, like go eat, go out and eat. That's also a very good one. Everyone enjoys food a lot. So like that's one of my first things I'd say. Another thing I'd say to conquer it is just kind of find a passion. Like, so to me, obviously, I enjoy going out and making YouTube videos. So I do that. Like, I like to kind of come out with YouTube videos. Obviously, passionate about my music. But there's other things to it, like just you try and find something that you enjoy doing and trying to use like Sunday, just go ahead and try and pursue it. Like, that's what I say, if you make Sundays productive, then if you're too busy like working on Sundays or doing something to better yourself, then you haven't got time to sit back and think about your life and, oh, this is the peak. Like, nah, you like, because when you are good at moving Sundays around, then it doesn't turn into, oh, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. No, it's just a continual flow. Like, your weeks transition through when you just see it as 7 working days rather than 6 days, a depressing Sunday and a Monday. Like, if you can get that balance right, you can see it through. And this moves on to my third point. I also find like doing sport, like, or going to the gym is very good, like on a Sunday. Like, it's one of the reasons why I want to get back into like Sunday League, because it gives you something to wake up for and do on a Sunday. And I remember back when I was playing Sunday League for such a long time as junior, like, think about it, like back in the day, like, for saying, especially to like the lads that watch me right now, you would wake up at like 8, 9 o'clock, being anticipation of football, wanting to play. I know because any other sport that comes on a Sunday as well, you'd be and like anticipating, you'd be biting at the point to like play, and it was like a good feeling. You'd be up, you'd be at the house, you'd be at the game for like half night, you'd be at the game between like 9:30 and 10, ready to go, and your whole day was set. And after that, whether you win or lost, you go on about your day, like. Whereas now, I know a lot of the lads that used to do that, they used to go out and used to like play. Like, we don't do that anymore. Like, we're either like, no, I know a lot of you, like, a lot of people will just wake up late and like don't wake up till like 1, 2 now, obviously because of nights out and stuff. And then it's just kind of more a wait around game. Whereas like when we had to actually wake up for something, it was really good. He played my wrist. I kicked my wrist. He played on my shirt. It's long sleeve. Just I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, so also, if you're not going to be an early morning person, want to get up and do like a sport in the morning, gym's also a great way. At night, late night gym session, get you refreshed for the start. Obviously, it's got your added health benefits as well. It's good, it's competitive. Also, like I say, you can get a friend down to that. And it's a great way to kind of beat this kind of depression. Because I realise the worst thing, literally, on a Sunday is just sit in your room and just try and watch TV, or just try and sit and like kind of watch out, check the time, think when's the earliest I can go to bed, prepare for a Monday. Like, that's, to me, that's the worst way. Like, that's when sort of depression does become real, and like you can become very down. And some weeks you will come down anyway. Like, to me, it's not something you beat. It's every week it's something different. But like, you just gotta keep going, and you just gotta find ways. And the last way, and this one's a bit more personal to me. If all that fails and those 3 options won't work out for you, then what I would say is basically, this is a tactic that works for me quite well. But obviously, this is something I'm going to see exclusively on video, because I've never told anyone this. But when I get really sad and like, I just mean like want to cry all the time and like, what am I doing with my life? And what I'll do is I'll take myself into kind of an empty field. I would take like maybe like a bottle of wine or something, like kind of, because you know that term drowning your sorrow is like literally like, this is what this tactic is like. So I'll get like a bottle of wine, I'll listen to some sad music, and you think, wow, this is really like, if you're already feeling sad and depressed, like, why would you do this? But honestly, hear me out. So yeah, so go into a field, get like a bottle of wine. I'll just listen to some music, listen to like some sad music. And obviously that's what I'm going to do. That's going to induce crying, going to think about whatever's going on, whatever's affecting you. And you're just going to cry, and you're just going to keep crying. But when you do that, you cry, but you get to a certain point where, like, you've cried, the alcohol's gone, why are you doing this? And then when I get to that point, I then think, well, what's the point? Like, it's happened. Like, at some point, you constantly feel forever. Like, you've got to get up, you got to go to work the next day, you got to do whatever. You got people that want to speak to you. You need to be on your phone. Like, you're not gonna want to just stay there forever. And you realize that there's always a point in life where you got to move on. And like, to me, then you kind of switch up the mood. You can put something happy on. You just start swaying because you're probably just battered at that point. Like, I've done that a few times, made a few concerts out of a few trees. Like, it's stuff like, it just makes me, when I feel like I've got to my lowest point, I know the only way is up. And that's just something like personally, I think is really good. And like, it helps me, but it's basically the point of my video is do whatever works for you. And man, we're all just trying to live a happy life at the end of the day. Whether you just want to sit back and you want to sit back, just work a casual job, and your whole point is just like a family, or whether you want to pursue a career, you want to pursue like a career and get to the top of your profession, or whether you want to be like me and just drop everything and try and become a YouTube rapper, like whatever you want to do, man, just try and stay happy, man, because this mental battle, it's nothing you can take lightly. It's real. And yeah. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's been a bit more of a serious video. You don't really get this from me, but I want to show you side, because obviously at the moment it's kind of me talking about, oh, I want to get back into this, I want to get back into that. But I've not actually brought any video kind of like, even when it's like entertainment, more like just me and like what I want to bring. Like, I didn't want to able to talk like to you guys more seriously, because like I said, like I think in the freestyle, like you guys, to me, like having a YouTube camera, you see some of my other videos where I said some things I probably shouldn't have gone too far, probably shouldn't have said that, but like, you guys are literally like the best friend, like, and like, because I'm not saying I don't have friends, like I have friends, I have a good amount of friends, I have a fair few friends, and like, I talk to them all a lot, and I like all the groups of friends I have, but like, I don't class myself, I don't think I have a best friend. Like, I've never held a best friend, but like me and this camera, me and my music, me and my passion, like, and just above all that, you guys are like the best friend that I never had, basically, is what I'm trying to spit out, if I can. And so to me, I really always appreciated having you guys here, and I've always felt comfortable, like I've always felt comfortable to get behind the camera and just talk to you guys. And that's whether that's the celebrity, that's just me trying to be a celebrity, or like kind of what I've seen, but I've always felt comfortable doing it. This is like, I feel like it gives a better connection, and like gives me a platform. Because you know, when you speak like in a group, and when you speak in a group and people are always trying to clip you out of conversations, and like you can't get your point across, and you don't want to be too loud about it, or you don't want to get people's nerves. Might be one person who's not even feeling what you're saying. Like, but whereas this, it's like one way. Like, I say my shit, and then people will come back to me like a few days later and be like, "Oh, I like what you said," or "Oh, you can improve this," or "You can improve that." But yeah, that's about it. Also, I'm gonna end this on a light note. I'm going to play out another last video I can do, which kind of just last kind of tip I'm going to give you guys. This video is running long. Is kind of just sit back sometimes, and if you have a car especially, or if you're just at home, just play some like happy music, man. And I'm gonna leave you guys on a bit of a song, because like this is just what I do. Like sitting in the car, I do this surprisingly a lot. I mean, people have pulled up me in these car parks before, me like, what's he doing just sitting here? Like, honestly, I would sit in a car park and just play tunes. So I'm gonna do just leave you guys out. But sometimes it's just you gotta chill. Oh my god, I missed jumping a song I ain't predicted. Oh my god, I'm done. It's an L. But yo, this guy you gotta listen to called Brody Rich, man. It's called Down for Real. How I feel. These niggas down ain't here. How I feel. How I feel. You wasn't with a nigga when I was down for real. She wasn't down for real. Try to infiltrate the circle, he out of hell. A lot of these niggas ain't down for real. Would you put down on my bunks if I was trapped behind that wall? Just get trapped up in the jail. Yo, so till next time, I'll see you guys gone. Make sure to check. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, man. I would love producing these videos, man. Like, I'd rather have less sleep, be able to like make content like this, something I actually want to do, man. if you get this sleep, you can always catch up on sleep after. Man, you only have one life. You're only this age for a certain amount of time, and just keep going. I'm always here for you. Any of you guys that kind of feel like this Sunday, especially if you get to see a man, then just, I'm always here for you, honestly. It's all about positivity in this world at this point. So, next time. Knowing how I feel. Now they ain't here. Hey, in a bit.